Hello, everybody, and welcome into this afternoon's broadcast. I'm Samuel Reese coming to you live here on YouTube. And this afternoon, it's Game 2 of the SheBelieves Cup for both of these teams as the United States women's national team takes on Brazil. Let's get to the starting lineups first for the United States. 4 changes made to the starting lineup for Vlatko Andonovski's side compared to the game on Thursday against Canada. It's Alyssa Nair in goal. The back line consisting of Emily Sonnet, Becky Sauerbrunn, Abby Dahlkemper, and Crystal Dunn. The 2 holding mids, Julie Ertz and Lindsay Horan. Lynn Williams, Rose Lavelle, and Kristen Press making up the rest of the midfield. And then it's Alex Morgan up top for the United States. Meanwhile, for Brazil, who also got a win in their opening game, these 2 teams atop the SheBelieves Cup standings. And this is what the visitors' lineup looks like today. It's Barbara in goal. In the back line, it's Tamirez, Rafael, Bruna, and Kathleen. The 2 holding mids, Andressa Alves and Andressa. Marta, Beatrice, and Ludmila making up the rest of the midfield for Brazil. And then up top, it is Debinha. Brazil are led by head coach Pia Sundhage, of course, former head coach of the U.S. women's national team. So a reunion indeed this afternoon. All right, we're ready to kick things off from Exploria Stadium in Orlando, Florida. Exploria Stadium, the location for all 6 SheBelieves Cup matches this year due to the pandemic. Match day 2, a beautiful afternoon in Orlando, 71 degrees Fahrenheit, the humidity 49%. There is wind, 16-mile-an-hour wind factor this afternoon, but overall a nice winter afternoon in Orlando, Florida, as we're just about set to kick things off from Exploria Stadium. Well, for a lot of these U.S. players, of course, that play in the NWSL, this is kind of like a preseason for them. The NWSL season doesn't get underway till early April. For Brazil, some of their players, star players like Marta and Debinha, also play in the NWSL. A good amount also play in Brazil or in South America in general. But yeah, overall, Brazil looked impressive in their opening match. A 4-1 win over their continental rivals, Argentina. And then the U.S., against their continental rivals, Canada, didn't look all that impressive, but did get the job done, getting the victory in that match. And so we're ready to kick things off in Orlando. The U.S. wearing their blue kits going from left to right, Brazil in yellow going from right to left. We're underway in Orlando, Florida, as the U.S. kick things off. And right away, Alex Morgan on the attack. That touch gets away into the hands of Brazil goalkeeper Barbara. Well, we'll see if the U.S. can get off to a quick start. That's a nice steal. Emily Sonnet with the ball in towards the back post. Headed away. Now it's Julie Ertz. A looping ball off the hop controlled by Barbara, but a nice start for the United States on the front foot immediately. Yeah, Barbara has been the number 1 goalkeeper for Brazil for a while now. And off the punt, it's taken away by the United States. This is played out wide by Ertz, but no one making a run for the U.S. Now on the near sideline, it is Debinha. An immediate switch. And it's headed clear by Dahlkemper. Here's Kristen Press on the attack. Press came in as a substitute on Thursday night. Press, nice through ball. Lynn Williams is in. Williams with a strike. What a save made. And now Morgan at the back post does win a corner kick. What a chance that was for Lynn Williams. And the outstretched arm of Barbara able to deny Williams. Yeah, nice save by the Brazil goalkeeper. And now here comes the corner kick. Kristen Press will take it. This is played short. Rose Lavelle clips it in. Headed away by Marta. Sonnet back for Dahlkemper. And that's given away. A steal by Brazil. And they can pose a threat here. Driving forward, it's Ludmila. And a miscommunication there as she was looking for Dabinia. But it's all the way through to Alyssa Nair. Wide open game to start anyways. I know it's early on, but definitely a free-flowing game to begin. And that's overhit to Lynn Williams, out for a Brazil throw-in. To take the throw-in will be Tamiris. And that's off of Marta. Now it'll be a U.S. throw. 3 minutes played. There are 6 substitutions available for each team in the SheBelieves Cup. The 6th annual SheBelieves Cup, hosted by the U.S. every year. Julie Ertz looking to thread it through. That's cut out, but now it's Crystal Dunn with it. Dunn finds Haran. Haran gets it to press. She'll lay it back for Becky Sauerbrunn, the captain of this U.S. team. Now it's Haran. Just too far for Kristen Press. The right idea from Lindsay Haran. But Barbara is there for Brazil. Well, yeah, the U.S. are definitely getting some width on both sides of the pitch, trying to get some good deliveries in. Here's Emily Sonnet, the U.S. right back in possession. Now it's Lavelle, who scored the game winner and the only goal in that game against Canada. Here's Beatrice, and she's fouled from behind, taken out by Lindsay Haran. Free kick for Brazil. About 5 minutes played. Match day 2 in the SheBelieves Cup here on YouTube. Tamiris into Andressa, and a foul is called against Brazil. The U.S. will have a free kick. Sonnet puts it in play. Dahlkemper across the back for Sauerbrunn. Now it's wide with Rose Lavelle. Lavelle to Dahlkemper. Both these teams on 3 points after one game played. And Haran's long ball was intended for Morgan. She just couldn't quite get there in the end. Alex Morgan back in the starting lineup. Her first start since the 2019 World Cup, in fact. She came in as a substitute against the Netherlands in a friendly back in November, and against Canada on Thursday. This is her first start since that World Cup run from the United States. Free kick for the U.S. Dahlkemper takes it. Sauerbrunn wide for Crystal Dunn. Morgan back to Dunn. Now the long ball from Dahlkemper, nicely controlled by Lynn Williams, but an even better recovery. Beatrice takes it away. Now it's Beatrice to Bruna. Bit of pressure from Morgan. She blocks that pass. It is a Brazil throw-in. Throw-in taken away by the U.S. While no one can clinch the SheBelieves Cup title today, it will come down to the final match day, obviously. There's a good chance that the winner of this afternoon's match if there is a winner, will end up being crowned the champion come Wednesday. But that's not a definite, but a good chance. That is the case. Here is Sauerbrunn. It'll be Canada-Argentina later today. And then it'll come down to the final match day. This is sent ahead for Alex Morgan. Morgan, good ball in. Rose Lavelle with a strike just wide. Oh, man, Rose Lavelle with a golden opportunity. Good service from that left flank by Morgan. And Lavelle, it's such a difficult task at, perfecting this shot off the bounce. One-time strike. Lavelle nearly caught it perfectly, but just sent it wide. Great cutback by Morgan. And yeah, Lavelle just couldn't quite time it correctly off the hop on the half volley. Julie Ertz applying some pressure here. Marta in a bit of trouble, still in possession, and eventually she'll draw the foul. Well, Marta's one of very few players in world soccer that can pull that off. Ertz was putting all the pressure on Marta, and she still seemed comfortable dribbling out the back, and ended up getting away with it. This will bounce back towards Emily Sonnet, starting right back this afternoon. Dahlkemper to Sonnet. Now it's played into Lavelle. Wide for Lynn Williams. Williams to Ertz. The one-timer is over the bar. An ambitious attempt by Julie Ertz. But the United States, really picking apart Brazil, especially on this right-hand side. Brazil absorbing all kinds of pressure from the U.S. But in all fairness, it was a bit of a similar start for the U.S. against Canada. But that ended up being a game in which they easily could have drew or even lost. Canada had some really good chances in that second half, and the U.S. just couldn't put away their opportunities. Lavelle finds Williams. Williams towards Morgan, headed out of the box. And a bit of miscommunication there between Sonnet and Lavelle. And now it's Brazil the other way. Too strong of a touch, though, from Beatrice. And Crystal Dunn is there to take it away. Sauerbrunn looking for Dahlkemper. Now it's Ertz. It's Brazil this time applying some pressure, but the U.S. escape. Now out wide, it's Alex Morgan, or rather Kristen Press into the box. Kristen Press to strike, and it's a goal! The United States, 11 minutes in, strike first. Beautiful goal from Kristen Press. 1-0 U.S. lead. How about that for a clinical finish? The Manchester United striker capitalizing. This is a beautiful goal, and this is what I meant by taking advantage of your opportunities, something the U.S. weren't able to do against Canada. Press just cutting it onto her right foot, sending the defender the wrong way, and across her body, placing that ball bottom right corner. Cool as you like. Kristen Press opens the scoring, and the U.S. are in the lead. She picked her spot. Beautiful placement, and that is a top-class goal. Kristen Press puts the U.S. in the lead. 1-0 in the 11th minute. Well, that's just the start Vlatko Andonovski would have wanted from his team. We'll see if they can build off of that now. An early goal is something they couldn't get on Thursday against Canada. Here is Alex Morgan. Morgan into Rose Lavelle. Lavelle goes wide. That pass from Press is stolen by Brazil. And now we'll see how Brazil responds. This is Marta. Oh, a nice step over and into space. Here comes Dabinia, the North Carolina card striker, plays it in. And now the strike from Ludmila is blocked by Crystal Dunn. Brazil not done, though. It's Dabinia in tight space. It's eventually stolen by Dahlkemper. That's the first time we've really seen Brazil threaten in the attacking third. As I mentioned at the beginning, it's an open game so far as press finds Lavelle. Lavelle has it knocked away by Marta. Nice steal by the legend Marta. Dabinia goes wide. This is Tamirez. Now on the ball is Andressa. Nice takeaway by Williams. Risky back pass, though. It's picked up by Ludmila. She lofts it in to the edge of the 6. There to clear is Sauerbrunn. Now a bouncing ball controlled by Marta. Marta with a step over. Marta with a strike. Blocked by Ertz. Not much room to work with there for the Brazilian striker. And Ertz wins that 50-50 tackle. Press ahead. Can't quite connect with Morgan, but Morgan chases it down. And now in possession. Back for Ertz. She'll get it to Haran. Here is Sauerbrunn. She plays it short for Crystal Dunn. Dunn with a nice move. Through ball to Morgan. Is she on sides? No, the flag is raised on this near side. Well, another look at that Kristen Press goal, and what a goal it was. That's just a brilliant strike, really. So composed, picked out her spot. There was no chance Barbara was saving that. About a quarter of an hour played. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. 1-0, the U.S. lead Brazil. Here is Rose Lavelle with it. Wide for Williams. Williams now chases it down, cuts it back for Morgan. It's laid back to Rose Lavelle. Lavelle onto her right foot. Lavelle the strike. Save made. Rebound loose. And now it's cleared out of the area. U.S. with relentless pressure. It's now back with the United States. Haran finds Dunn. Now it's back for Dahlkemper. She looks wide. Headed up by Kathleen. And in the end, she'll concede a throw-in. It's into Ertz. And miscommunication there. No one near that ball. And a goal kick for the visitors. What a chance that was moments ago for Rose Lavelle. She had a good look. It was a nice move to set herself up on her right foot. Just couldn't quite pick her corner. Barbara did let up a juicy rebound, and Morgan was in the area. Brazil will work it out of the back. Lavelle wide for Morgan. Can she get there? Not quite. Clean slide tackle out for a U.S. throw-in. Rafael, the fullback there for Brazil. 16 minutes in. Thanks all for tuning in. This is Dahlkemper. She finds Press, the goal scorer. Now it's clipped in by Ertz. Bounces nicely to Williams. Couldn't quite connect on the pass, and now it's Brazil the other way. This is Dabinia. Dabinia. Now they'll switch it to the near side. This is Marta. 1v1 with Sonnet. Marta now gets it to the edge of the box. This is Andressinha. Strike from distance just over the bar. What an opportunity that was. Andressa Alves not too far away. Brazil have looked promising on the attack. Yeah, that ball was dipping. A left-footed strike from Andressa, but it remains 1-0 U.S. Nair hasn't had to make a save just yet. Here's Julie Ertz. Now Haran goes wide. There are fans in attendance, by the way, at Exploria Stadium at a limited capacity, of course. I believe there are around 4,000 fans allowed inside Exploria Stadium in Orlando this afternoon. Down the line, Lynn Williams keeps it in. Back to Lavelle. Now Lavelle finds Haran. Haran holds up play. Now it's Becky Sauerbrunn, the captain for the U.S. Dunn goes wide. Here's the cross. Dealt with by Bruna. And now Crystal Dunn applying some pressure here. This is lofted into space. Marta with it. She'll find Tamiris. Dabinia to Marta. Back for Dabinia. Oh, nice combination play. Marta on the end of this ball. Marta with the cross in. Sauerbrunn there to cut it out. Sonnet can't hold on. And now it's Dabinia to the end line. Cuts it back. And at the edge of the 6, a handball is called against Brazil. But the Brazilians, very dangerous as they've been here on the attack. And the U.S. look a little bit shaky in their own box. And in the end, I think it went off the hand of Beatrice. As Alyssa Nair will take this free kick. 1-0 U.S. lead. An 11th minute goal from Kristen Press is the difference so far. This is wide for Sonnet. Good effort, but she cannot get there in time. And it's out for Brazil throwing. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Vlatko Andonovski, come this summer, will have a very tough decision to make. He has to cut the roster down to 18 for the Olympics. Even more difficult than what Jill Ellis had to deal with at the World Cup in 2019. That's a 23-player roster. For the Olympics, you can only bring 18. 20 minutes played, 1-0 U.S. On the right side. Brazil looking to switch, but Sonnet is there. And now it's Lynn Williams looking to create an opportunity the other way. Williams looking for Morgan. It ends up right back with Williams near the corner flag. Sent out a play by Tamiris, a U.S. throw-in. Well, if you guys enjoy the broadcast, it'd be much appreciated if you hit the thumbs up and subscribed if you have not subscribed already. Live play-by-play commentary. The second game of the SheBelieves Cup for both of these teams. Both of these teams notched victories in their opening matches of this tournament on Thursday. Nice bit of skill here from Andressa. Ludmila gets it off of Sauerbrunn to win the throw-in. Sauerbrunn, such a great defender, really. A veteran leader for this U.S. team. Down that right flank, here is Ludmila. Ludmila still with it. Sauerbrunn once again plays it very nicely. Clean slide tackle out for a Brazil throw-in. So patient was Sauerbrunn here. And committed at just the right time. About midway point of the first half. 1-0 U.S. on top. Here's Crystal Dunn. And that is off of Beatrice for a U.S. throw-in. This bounces nicely for Press. Knocked out of play by Andresina. Another U.S. throw-in here. It's quickly taken. Here's Morgan down the left-hand side. Heavy challenge, but a clean one according to the referee. Now a late whistle will stop play because Morgan's down, but no free kick was awarded. It was Bruna with the challenge. Morgan is up to her feet now. Yeah, it looked like Morgan was stomped on by Bruna, but no call, so we resume play. Morgan is all right. Brazil can't hold on to possession for a while. Out for U.S. throw-in. Lavelle, square ball, can't connect with Press. Lavelle and Press, rivals in club soccer right now. Lavelle, of course, with Man City, and Press with Man United. Here's a chance. Ludmila strike saved, and Alyssa Nair up to the test. First time tonight, or this afternoon rather, she's had to come up big. Wow, Ludmila with her pace, able to get by Sauerbrunn. That opportunity was set up by Andresina. And Nair made the angle difficult, and save at the near post denies Brazil of the equalizer. Here now comes a Brazil corner kick. Oh, no, rather it was up for throw-in, pardon me. And the U.S. take it away immediately. Here's Alex Morgan. Morgan with time, looking for support. She'll cut it back. Now plays it to Press. This is Ertz. Back to Sauerbrunn. By the way, Julie Ertz, obviously a regular feature with the U.S. women's national team. She's had 9 straight starts where she's played the full 90 minutes now. That's quite impressive. Brazil back with it. It's back with Barbara. Plays it up the middle. Header won by Sauerbrunn. But right back to Brazil it goes. And Morgan comes in with a heavy challenge of her own, taking down Beatrice. And a Brazil free kick granted. Morgan perhaps a bit angry that that possible foul wasn't called when she was taken out a few minutes ago. Getting a bit of revenge. So Brazil free kick right around midfield. And it's headed down by Dahlkemper. Lavelle ahead to Haran. Haran goes down. Nothing called. The U.S. retained possession. Actually, advantage given by the referee. Here's Emily Sonnet. Sonnet finds Ertz. Wide it goes. Lynn Williams down the right-hand side. It's defended nicely, though, and eventually taken away. But it's given right back to the United States. Brazil a bit sloppy in possession. Press finds Williams. Williams cuts it across. Ertz will chase it down to the back post. Ertz puts it into the mix. That's sent away eventually. Brazil managed to clear, but the U.S. still in possession. This is Abby Dahlkemper. She finds Haran. She gets it back from Press. Now it's laid wide. Here's the delivery by Ertz. Headed up by Williams, but just wide of the goal. This is promising, though, from the United States. Already up 1-0. Creating opportunity after opportunity. Great delivery in from Ertz. And yeah, the little nudge by Tamirez, I believe it was just enough to throw off Williams, and she couldn't really get any control over that header, or else it could have been a second goal. This pass taken away by Sonnet. Morgan flicks it ahead, but no one making a run for the United States, and Brazil back with it. Bouncing ball. Once again, the U.S. win it back. Here's Emily Sonnet, 28 minutes played from Orlando. Nice 70-degree sunny afternoon in Orlando, Florida. 1-0. Kristen Press, the goal scorer for the U.S. Sauerbrunn to Dahlkemper. It'll be Brazil and Canada and the U.S. against Argentina on Wednesday. That'll be the final day of the tournament, final game of the tournament for all four teams. 29th minute. This is controlled by Lindsay Horan. Horan had a nice performance, I thought, on Thursday. Very consistent player. You know what you're going to get from her, as that's given away by Sonnet. In retaliation, she commits a foul, and that will require a talking to. Marta wants a yellow card to be given to Sonnet. She's frustrated, Marta is. And for Brazil, you know, this is the time right now. It's really now or never for this Brazil team. They've, you know, the core of this team, which is very talented, by the way, is getting up there in age. You know, you feel like the Olympics this summer is really their last chance at winning a title in a major competition. You know, it's been disappointment after disappointment. Brazil have come up just short time and time again. Haven't won a World Cup or Olympics throughout all these years with this core group of Debinha, Marta, Beatrice, and they're getting up there in age. You know, it has to be said. And we'll see how they fare at the Olympics this summer. They'll certainly be a challenger to the U.S. Williams knocks it ahead. Rose Lavelle on the control sends it just wide. However, it would not have counted as it unintentionally struck her arm. And a free kick going out for Brazil. Let's see the replay. Yeah. I don't know if that was unintentional, actually. I mean, I'm sure it was, but by the motion of her left arm, it seemed like perhaps she tried to get away with that. Definitely swiped at it. Here are Brazil. Wide open first 30 minutes of this game. Nair sends it towards Morgan. Bouncing ball. Eventually controlled by Dunn. She can't get it to Ertz, though. Here come Brazil in the attacking third. It's at the feet of Marta. Marta wide for Tamirez. Andressinha back to Tamirez. Floated in. Headed out of the box by Dahlkemper, but Brazil still with it. Andressinha to Tamirez. Wide for Marta. Now it's ahead to Andressinha again. Cleared out by Ertz. Now a chance from distance. Floated over the bar. Andressa with the opportunity. That's the second time we've seen Andressa go for goal with that left foot of hers from outside the box. Not too far away. But once again, you know, not quite the strike that she was looking for. That's a chance right there that Pia Sundhage would like to see Andressa put on frame. 32nd minute, 1-0 U.S. on top. That pass given away by Sonnet. Marta challenges Sonnet, and it's taken away by Brazil. A bullet there, controlled somehow by Rafael. Looking for Ludmila. It's cut out by Sauerbrunn. Brazil throwing on the way on this near side. A reminder that Wednesday, in the final day of action at the SheBelieves Cup at 4 Eastern Time, it'll be Canada taking on Brazil. And then at 7, it's the United States facing Argentina. I'll be on the call for that U.S.-Argentina match. Tamirez with the throw-in. And that's off of Lavelle. Another throw-in on the way for Brazil. This is into Marta. Heavy challenge. Nicely done by Williams. It's a clean takeaway. And Morgan gliding into space. The last touch gets away. And it is a foul called against Bruna. And a yellow card will come out. There's definitely been plenty of physicality. And that aggressive play only picking up as this game continues. Yeah, that's that's definitely a yellow card. I mean, Bruna completely missed the ball. Got all of Morgan. First booking of the game. And a free kick here for the U.S. The referee, by the way, from Honduras. Dahlkemper will play it on the ground. Out wide for Press. Press driving to the end line. Can't get around Kathleen. And in the end, a foul committed by Press. Free kick for Brazil with a little over 10 minutes to play in the first half. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in on this Sunday afternoon. Marta sends it ahead. Sauerbrunn looking for Lavelle, but it's won back by Brazil. Here is Ludmila. She lays it off, and now into space, it's Dabinia looking for the through ball. Couldn't connect with Ludmila. It was cut out by Dahlkemper, and Ludmila was in an offside position anyways. Well, I'll tell you what, Dabinia's provided the most spark, unsurprisingly, on the attack for Brazil. Dabinia, a big part of that North Carolina Courage team in the NWSL that is, dominated year after year. And yeah, Ludmila just offsides. Dunn was holding the line. 10 minutes left in the half. Bouncing ball here. And in comes Bruna to win it. That pass given away, but it's turned right back over by the United States. Here come Brazil. Brazil in possession. This is sprayed out wide. They'll switch it. Here's Tamirez. Tamirez into Dabinia. A little congested on this near side, and eventually it's Lindsay Horan who steps up. There's the steal that the U.S. were looking for. Now it's Press with the hold-up play. Wide it goes. Crystal Dunn streaking down the left side. Into space, she finds Rose Lavelle. Lavelle in the box. Cannot get by Kathleen, who played it well, but Brazil turned it back over as Ertz completely mishits that pass. She was looking wide for Dunn, but it's out for Brazil throwing. You can tell immediately right after that pass went off the foot of Ertz, she knew she messed up. Here is Lavelle. Lavelle with the service, but comfortably into the hands of Barbara. Here is Tamirez. by the way, between the two coaches today, Vlatko Andonovski and Pia Sundhage, only one loss between the two coaching their respective national teams. Each have coached 14 games for their national teams. Vlatko Andonovski, of course, undefeated. In fact, all wins so far at the helm for Andonovski. And for Pia Sundhage at Brazil, the only loss since she's been in charge came to France in the 2019 World Cup. That is a foul. Free kick for the U.S. And it will be Melissa Nair who finds Dahlkemper. Now it's Sonnet out wide. Here is Ertz. Nice looping ball, controlled by Williams down this right side. Williams going 1v1 with Tamirez. Put into a good area. Controlled by Press. Press with a shot. Blocked. Second effort goes into the hands of Barbara, who dove down to get to it. You can tell Press is hungry for goals. She already has one this afternoon, and the U.S. looking for a second. The original strike from Press was blocked by Raphael, and then it landed nicely to Press, who actually took it on the volley, but couldn't make the cleanest of contact. 39 minutes now played. Free kick taken by Marta. Can Brazil grab an equalizer before the half, or can the U.S. double the lead before the break? I mean, it's a very open, free-flowing game that anything is possible. A lot of this game, has been fun for the neutral, that's for sure. Very unpredictable as well, just in the nature that it's been played. Here is Sonnet looking for options. She gets it to Morgan. And Morgan draws the foul. Committed by Bruna. Nope, Raphael. Excuse me. 5 minutes or so remain in the half. Here's Julie Ertz. Back for Sauerbrunn. Now it's Lindsay Horan. Horan, through ball, deflected into the path of Rose Lavelle. Lavelle, edge of the box, looking for goal. The strike deflected. And in the end, it's Barbara who makes the save. Well, crunch time here in this first half. See if there's any late drama before we reach the interval. Well, this is flicked on nicely into the path of Dabinia. It's now out wide. This is Beatrice. Into the box, headed away by Dahlkemper. Now here is Crystal Dunn. And it's off of her for a Brazil throw-in. "41st minute. This throw-in taken by Kathleen into Ludmila. Back to Kathleen. That pass stolen by Morgan. She'll play it back for Ertz. Ertz now sends it wide. Williams back to Horan. And a clean challenge there, taken away nicely by Brazil. Here is Andressinha. And she played that ball behind Tamirez. Out for a U.S. throw-in. A little bit of frustration for Brazil. The final product, final execution just hasn't quite been there. This is done. Now it's Kristen Press. Press cuts it back. Waiting. Now Ertz ahead for Dunn. This is Dahlkemper in space. She now finds Lavelle. Rose Lavelle out wide. 1-2. Lavelle back to Horan. Horan to the end line. Sends it in. Glancing header just wide from Morgan. I think Morgan was a bit surprised that that ball even got to her. Through a bit of traffic, it did. And Morgan unable to steer it on target. But this is really good build-up play from the U.S., and they're inching closer, you feel, to that second goal. Yeah, Morgan just unable to generate any power on that header, was leaning back. U.S., though, still applying that pressure. Lavelle wide for Williams. Williams with a wasted service to the near post collected by Barbara. Disappointing end result that time. 2 minutes until we reach first half stoppage time from Orlando. 1-0 U.S. lead. Match day 2 of 3 in the SheBelieves Cup. Well, as long as the scoreline stays 1-0, there will be some hope for Brazil. You know, this game is far from over. Brazil have had some decent opportunities. A few really good ones, as a matter of fact. Ludmila heads it down. U.S. can't clear. That's Andresinia. Now taken away by Horan. That pass too far ahead from Morgan. And Brazil back with it. This goes back to Barbara. Williams was closing in. And Brazil give it away in a bad area. This is press. Press to Lavelle. Lavelle rolls off the defender, but just out of her reach in the end. And now Brazil driving forward. Great ball ahead for Debinha. 2v2 here. Debinha defended by Sauerbrunn. Debinha lays it off to Ludmila. The strike just wide across the face of goal. What a chance that was yet again for Brazil. Really completely against the run of play. But that's what Brazil can do. Their counterattack is dangerous. Yeah, great recovery, by the way, from Juilliard. She helped out and covered that back post to make sure that Beatrice didn't get on the end of that cross. Well, I don't know if I think it was a shot, honestly, from Ludmila, but it turned into sort of a cross. And Beatrice, in all fairness, was not too far away from getting on the end of it, but Ertz made sure she didn't. 1 minute stoppage time. Lavelle has it stolen. Nice slide. Tackle. Ertz wins it right back for the U.S. Is their one last chance before the break. This is sent down the line. Williams looking to chase it down. And it'll be shielded out for a Brazil goal kick. You wouldn't think Brazil would be in any rush here. That should just about do it for the opening 45 minutes. Brazil will switch it to the far side. Here's a through ball. Making the run is Debinha. She's got wheels, but even that service was too far ahead into the hands of Alyssa Nair. She'll roll it into Ertz, and there's the whistle for halftime. 45 minutes down, 45 to go from Exploria Stadium in Orlando, Florida. And the score, the United States 1, Brazil 0. The 11th minute goal from Kristen Press. The difference halfway through in the SheBelieves Cup encounter, a match that could very well decide who wins the 6th annual SheBelieves Cup. The halftime report on the other side. Don't go anywhere. All right, hello everybody, and welcome into the halftime report here on YouTube. 1-0, the United States lead Brazil at Exploria Stadium in Orlando, Florida, after 45 minutes of play. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Match day 2 of the She Believes Cup today. Let's get right to the highlights, shall we? Just 2 minutes in, there would be a good chance for Lynn Williams, a great left-handed save by Barbara, the goalkeeper for Brazil. Outstretched arm denying Williams, but the U.S. wouldn't back down. A little later, in the 11th minute, it would be Kristen Press with a beautiful goal to open the scoring, the lone goal, in fact, of that first half. Just a brilliant job by Kristen Press, losing the defender by cutting it onto her right foot, picking out her corner to perfection. But Brazil did have a good amount of opportunities themselves. 19 minutes in, there would be a chance, and it would actually be Kristen Press, the goal scorer, who would help out defensively. It's a dangerous service, and Press would be there to save the day and clear. But then in the 24th minute, it would be Ludmila with an opportunity, getting around Sauerbrunn, and it was Alyssa Nair coming up with the big-time save. Nair tested a bit more than usual today. And then in the 45th minute, Brazil with another opportunity, long ball sent ahead to Debinha, and then Debinha waiting for the run of Ludmila. She then find Ludmila, and the shot would just go wide across the face of goal. And lurking at the back post as well was Beatrice, but Julie Ertz made sure that Beatrice could not get on the end of what was intended as a shot, I believe, but ended up being a pretty decent cross to the back post. So when it comes to really good opportunities, you could definitely make an argument that Brazil had more of them, despite the U.S. having a majority of the possession and more time spent in the attacking third. But highlighting the play of the U.S., Kristen Press, definitely a bright spot. There's no doubt about it. She hasn't played that often, until she made the move to Man United. She sat out the resumption of the NWSL season, of course, during the pandemic last year in 2020. She was with the Utah Royals, then made that move to England to get more playing time, and that playing time seems to be paying off. Her first start with the U.S. since, I believe, the World Cup, if I'm not mistaken, and she didn't waste any time whatsoever. Her 11th minute goal, the difference between the two sides after 45 minutes of play, you love to see it. I think Press she'll no doubt be on the Olympics team. I would be shocked if she wasn't. She's definitely a lock, I think, but she's definitely making her case to be in the starting 11. I think she will come this summer in the Olympics. She's definitely proving why so far this afternoon. 1-0 U.S. lead. I'll preview the second half after a quick break. Don't go anywhere. It's the She Believes Cup here on YouTube. All right, everybody, welcome back in. Thanks for stopping by this afternoon. 1-0, U.S. leads Brazil on a beautiful afternoon from Orlando. A reminder that later on today at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, it'll be the other matchup today in the SheBelieves Cup when Argentina takes on Canada. Really a must-win for both teams if they want to even have a chance of winning the title. Oh, look at that. Zach Ertz, of course, husband of Julie Ertz, I should say, tweeting out, "We are pressing at USWNT." So Zach Ertz supporting his wife, supporting the national team, tuning in, and impressed by what he saw in that first half. It was definitely a promising first half. Can the U.S. find the back of the net on more occasions in the second half? We'll find out next. Second half kickoff is on the other side. Don't go anywhere. 1-0 to score. All right, welcome back in, everybody. We're ready to go for the second half of action from Exploria Stadium on Wednesday, the final day of the SheBelieves Cup. Canada will take on Brazil at 4 Eastern Time, and then at 7 to wrap up the tournament, it'll be the United States against Argentina. So that's the doubleheader on Wednesday, but the focus right now today, match day 2 of the tournament. Look at some first half stats. The total shots 12-5 in favor of the U.S. The shots on goal 4-1. The U.S. with 7 fouls, Brazil with 6. The possession in favor of the U.S. as expected, 59 to 41%. Vlatko Andonovski giving out some instruction to some of his players before the U.S. take the field and get set for the start of the second half. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. 1-0 the score. Kristen Press, her goal in the 11th minute, the difference so far, but Brazil very much so still alive in this game. And remember, Brazil, they had the superior goal. They had the superior goal differential coming in because they beat Argentina by 3. US beat Canada by 1. So Brazil can just get a point out of this match in draw. That would be huge for them because then there would be all to play for in the final match day come Wednesday. Obviously, if the US won, Brazil would need to beat Canada, which is feasible, but they'd also need Argentina to beat the US, which is obviously highly unlikely. So really, Brazil, I think their only shot of having a chance at winning the SheBelieves Cup is to get a draw at bare minimum, because it would give them some hope for sure. They would have a chance if they manage to get a point out of this game. And so all to play for here in the second half in the SheBelieves Cup. And so 1-0 the score. Both teams switch ends. It'll now be the U.S. going from right to left, Brazil from left to right. Brazil will kick things off, and both teams set. There's the whistle, and we're underway in the second 45-minute frame. See what these final 45 minutes have in store from Exploria Stadium. That pass deflected. Now poked ahead by Beatriz, taken away by the U.S. This is wide with Williams. Williams, always a threat with her pace down that right-hand side. She'll hold up play. Back to Sonnet. Now it's Ertz. That pass deflected and stolen by Brazil. Given right back, though. Here is Ertz. Pokes it forward. Morgan lays it back. Haran out wide. It's Press in space. Press. Cuts it onto her right foot. Defended here by Bruna. Now Press gets right by Kathleen. Press still going. Cutting to the end line. Press cuts it back. Saved by Barbara. And at the back post, it's cleared out of the box by Brazil. It's kept in by Emily Sonnet. Sonnet will send in the cross. A driven ball deflected over the end line. And our first corner kick of the half upcoming for the U.S. In fact, now that I think about it, there haven't been many corner kicks this game. This might be the first of the game. Could be mistaken. It's either the first or second. Kristen Press will head over to take the corner. What a bit of skill from Press. First, blowing by Kathleen, getting by 2 more defenders to set up that opportunity. And the U.S. immediately posing a threat to start the half. There'll be an outswinger from Press. A lot of targets in the box to the near post. It's off of Ertz and out of play. So a wasted opportunity for the U.S. Ertz just couldn't quite control. It was a driven ball delivered by Press. Brazil can breathe a bit here with a goal kick. Brazil trying to work quickly, though, as well. They like playing at that high pace. You know, they can catch you on the counter, as we saw in the first half. And Kathleen lost her footing there. Does win the throw-in off of Press. Here's Morgan. She runs into the wall of Kathleen. No foul called. And Morgan down in a bit of agony. We play on, though. Brazil will switch it. Here's Raffaele. Morgan just got back up to her feet. Ball over the top. Dahlkemper alert. Wins the header. It's back with Brazil, though. This is Marta. Marta cuts it. Defended nicely by Ertz. Marta lays it wide. Here's the cross in. Haran is there for the U.S. Oh, what a nice touch. Able to dink it over the defender, and now Haran sprinting into space. She lays it wide for Dunn. Crystal Dunn cuts into the middle. Dunn to the right side, just out of the reach of Lynn Williams, and it'll be a goal kick for Brazil. Oh, that attack was one full of promise, but in the end, it goes wasted. Lynn Williams had a lot of playing time. She's with the U.S. Since Tobin Heath is out, injured at the moment, getting ample opportunity to impress. She's a player that's, I definitely think is right on the bubble, for as to whether or not she'll make that Olympic team. I would, I hate to say this, but I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't. As long as Heath is recovered in time for the Olympics, I don't know. Williams, she's had plenty of opportunity, just hasn't been able to put away her chances. To be quite honest, she's a great player, but the fact of the matter is this is a stacked U.S. team, and the field will have to be cut down to 18. Here is Williams as I speak with a chance. It's cut out by Bruna. It is kept in on that far side by Marta. Marta has it stolen by Lavelle. Lavelle ahead for Williams. That's poked out of play. Last touched by Raffaele. U.S. quickly take the throw-in. About 5 minutes played in the second half. Here is Williams. She gets tripped up. A foul will be called. It goes against Tamirez. So a free kick for the United States. We'll see what they can make of this opportunity. Yeah, Kristen Press has been taking pretty much all the free kicks. She'll take this one as well. Barbara sets up her wall. Just one on the wall, in fact. Man-to-man marking from Brazil in the box. And it's driven right into the one-player wall. Press back with it, though. She flicks it in. Loose ball in front, and eventually Barbara controls. Morgan was right there for the U.S. Haran as well. Barbara wanted a foul, and I think it was called. Yeah, and a yellow card's going to come out to Haran. Barbara was furious as Haran tried to play that ball after Barbara had control of it. So that's the second yellow card of the match, first to the U.S. Yeah, Barbara went up high to grab it, and Haran's still going for it. That's the type of player, though, Haran is. You got to love her attitude. Anytime she's out on the pitch, she's physical, she's hungry, she's feisty. She can be, she wants to win. Perhaps at times she can go over the top. There was nothing vicious in what she did, but you understand where the yellow card came out. This is played in. It just gets by Morgan, who was making the run to the near post. What a chance that was for the United States. Now it's Brazil down the left-hand side. Through ball, cut out by Sonnet. Perfectly timed tackle. This is Ertz. Now it's Dahlkemper. Back to Emily Sonnet. Williams looking for Lavelle. Brazil with a bit of pressure here. It's kept by the U.S., though. This is Ertz in the midfield. She'll play it wide, right into the feet of Press. Press ahead for Dunn. Here come the U.S. Dunn. Good ball in, but a perfectly executed clearance, but the U.S. not done. Dunn back into the near post, off of Morgan, and it struck her arm. It'll be a free kick for Brazil going out. Yeah, it was Kathleen who got a left foot to that original delivery from Dunn, but it went right back to Dunn. Another opportunity created, and the ball just kind of ricocheted up off the arm of Morgan unintentionally. Well, especially here in the early stages of the second half, the U.S. have been getting a lot of services into Morgan. It's only a matter of time before she capitalizes. To Brazil's credit, they have defended her well. It remains a 1-goal lead for the United States up to this point, 54 minutes played. Marta ahead for Ludmila. And that's out for a U.S. throw-in. Emily Sonnet looking to take it quickly. Marta actually playing at her home field. Of course, she is a member of the Orlando Pride in the NWSL. So a familiar ground for her. Quite frankly, for the U.S. national team, this has become a familiar place. They played their 2 friendlies against Colombia in January here, and now all 3 games of the SheBelieves Cup played here. Brazil force a turnover in the attacking third. This is Debinha. Debinha holds up. Now it's Marta. Marta, nice through ball. Here's the strike. Saved by Nair. But the flag is up anyways. It was offsides. Nonetheless, a nice stop by Nair. Her best save of the afternoon. She really hasn't been tested all that much. But when she has, she's been up to the task. And now we get our first substitution of the game. It comes from Brazil. Beatriz will come out. Julia, her replacement. Interesting decision to take out Beatriz. We'll see what Julia can do off the bench. First change. Remember, 6 substitutions available for both teams. The U.S. have yet to use any. That should change, though, probably in the next 5 minutes, I'd think. Here's a good cross into the back post. Haran's header just over. What a chance again for the United States. It looks like Haran was claiming that it deflected off of the Brazil defender. I couldn't quite see who that was. But what an opportunity for Haran, making the run to the back post. There's been a lot of chances. There's been a lot of headers for the U.S. that have just gone, either wide or over the bar. You feel that second goal is coming sooner rather than later, though. This is Ertz. Into Morgan. Morgan double teamed, and it's taken away cleanly by Brazil. This is now Andressa Alves. Andressa out wide. This is Marta down the left-hand side. She is met by Lavelle. Marta up the line. Looping ball. Tracked down by Debinha. Debinha. Defended by Sonnet. Now the edge of the area. It's Press who gets a touch to it, and it's kept in play by Lynn Williams. Brazil claiming it went out, but we play on. Williams with speed, tugged from behind, and that should be worthy of a yellow card, and it will be. Williams would have been off to the races. Yeah, Tamirez lunged and missed Williams. Once she got by Tamirez, Tamirez knew quite well that she was in a disadvantageous position. And you could say a smart foul because the U.S. could have been, off on a breakaway perhaps. You never know. So yellow card to Tamirez. Long ball forward towards Morgan. She cannot get there in the end. And now Brazil back with it. 58 minutes played. We approach the hour mark. Still 1-0. That goal all the way back in the 11th minute from Press is the difference. Long ball here. Header won by Sonnet. Now Haran comes in to help out. Oh, a nutmeg here. Lindsay Haran blows by Kathleen. Now clips it ahead. And Barbara comes out to deal with that ball. Williams was in the area. Now this is Sonnet. Sonnet to Ertz. Ertz gets it back from Dahlkemper. Dahlkemper of Manchester City now made the move from North Carolina coverage to Man City about, a month ago. That's an errant pass out for Brazil throw-in. Well, a really nice afternoon in Orlando. Beautiful weather, low 70s. Clean challenge there for Marta to take it away from Williams. Now it's all the way back to the Brazil keeper, Barbara. And that's not kept in play. Good effort by Kathleen, but she couldn't quite keep that ball in play. No changes yet from Vlatko Andonovski. An hour's been played. Remember, 6 substitutions are available if Vlatko Andonovski would like to use all 6. He did against Canada. Dunn looking for Lavelle, and Lavelle is shielded away from the ball nicely by Raffaele. It'll be a goal kick for the Brazilians. So an hour played, half an hour remains. 1-0 U.S. lead. Header won by Sauerbrunn. This is wide for Andressa. Andressa into the middle. Leaves it. This is Andressinha. Down the line. It's chased down by Ludmila. Here's Ludmila. Good cross in. Sauerbrunn got a touch to it. Bouncing ball sent forward by press. She connects with Morgan. Morgan through ball. Lynn Williams on the chase. Williams is in. Now in the 18-yard box. Onto her left foot. Her strike blocked. And that will bounce slowly into the hands of Barbara. Once again, a disappointing end result for Lynn Williams on what was a promising opportunity for the United States. Yeah, the finishing touch has just not been there from Williams. She was set up real nicely by Alex Morgan. Wonderful through ball. And Williams had a lot of time, maybe too much time to make up her mind, and just waited too long. She waited so long that, in fact, she invited Raffaele to get back and defend, and eventually it was Raffaele who blocked the shot. Here it's Brazil at the other end. This is Andressa. She finds Marta. Marta goes for goal and completely misfires well wide in the end, but did it take a deflection? Yes, it did. A corner kick here for Brazil. Past the hour mark, but still a very tightly contested affair. Just a 1-goal game as Marta will line up to take the corner. Yeah, I told you there weren't many corners today. They finally put up the graphic. This is the first corner for Brazil. The U.S. have only had 2. Marta's in swinger, caught by Nair. Chicago Red Stars keeper had her eyes on the ball the entire way. Punts it towards midfield. And Dunn has it stripped away. Didn't see Marta coming. This is now Tamirez. Nice ball floated ahead. Nair comes out, loose ball, but she pounces on it immediately after. Brazil looking dangerous, though. They really are. This game far from over. Now here come the U.S. It's Sonnet at midfield. She gets it to Lavelle. Now back for Dahlkemper. This is Crystal Dunn. Dunn ahead for Haran. Dahlkemper goes wide. Nice ball into Lynn Williams. Williams floats one in towards the back post. Can Morgan get there? Yes, she can. Ball still in play. Morgan back for Lavelle. She keeps it alive. Back to Ertz now. Julie Ertz finds Sonnet. Sonnet will loft one in to the head of Haran, just off the mark. In fact, Barbara was able to get there for Brazil. Haran was aiming for that back post. More free-flowing action. Not much has changed since the start. Haran with a takeaway in the middle of the pitch. And Lavelle has it stolen cleanly by Andressa. This is back for Barbara. Headed by Marta. Controlled now by Sauerbrunn. She was looking for Press, but Press was coming from an offside position. She lets it go. And a goal kick for Brazil on the way. 65 minutes played. 1-0 U.S. lead Brazil in a close one. All right, we've seen one change from Brazil, and now we'll see a change for the U.S. It will be Lynn Williams coming off. Sophia Smith, the youngster, coming on. Well, Smith, very exciting prospects for this U.S. team. She's had some lingering injuries that have really affected her in her first club season with the Portland Thorns and internationally with the U.S. But she comes on here. She was a standout in college at Stanford, won a few national championships there. She's an extremely talented young player up top. We'll see if she can provide a spark for the U.S. on the attack. This is Press. Press wide for Dunn. Crystal Dunn sends it into the 6-yard box. No problem in the end for Barbara. Not quite the service Dunn was seeking. The possession 58 to 42% in favor of the U.S. That is played off of Press by Kathleen. Throw in for Brazil. Press with the pressure, and it's one right back by the U.S. Haran ahead to Morgan. Back to Haran. Now it's Lavelle. Lavelle dancing on the ball. It's now out wide. She holds up play. Rose Lavelle on the turn. Takes to the end line. Cuts it back. Morgan swipes and misses. Now it's Andresina. She can't clear. Dunn cuts out that pass. She'll get it back from Press. Now Kristen Press again. This is Haran. Wide for Press. Press accelerating to the byline. Floats one in. Headed clear. Now it's Marta the other way. Can Brazil open things up here? Marta. Into Andressa. She'll go wide. Right into the path of Dabinia. Dabinia defended by her club teammate, Crystal Dunn. That ball floated in, but the header won by Sonnet, and it's a chance gone astray once again for Brazil. And once again, it's a pass intended for Press, but she was coming from an offside position. Morgan was chasing it down eventually, but Kathleen was there. Back to Barbara. 3/4 of this match in the books, but still all to play for. 1-0 U.S. hanging on to the lead. It's all the way back with Barbara now. Oh, a bad pass stolen by Press. Kristen Press, one-on-one, can't get by Bruna. That was very well defended in the end. Now it's Andressa. Played out wide by Rafaela. Here's the cross. Haran's there to clear. Sent back into the mix, though, by Marta. At the edge of the area, this is Julia, the substitute. Julia back for Andressa. And this strike from distance is collected off the bounce by Alyssa Nair. Nair will roll it out wide for Dahlkemper. She'll go back to Nair. Can the United States hold on to the lead, or will Brazil grab an equalizer? A little over 20 minutes to play. Thanks all for tuning in. This has been a fun one. This is Lavelle. Lavelle through ball. It's Morgan on sides. Doesn't matter. She won't get there. Barbara able to collect. This is taken away by Ertz. She'll send it forward, but Barbara there again. She'll roll it ahead for Kathleen. Nice challenge by Dunn. Davinia takes off, but that ball was intended for Ludmila, but well beyond her reach. 70 minutes now played, 20 to go plus stoppage time. This is Ertz ahead for Haran. Haran wide for Dunn. Haran clips it ahead. This is Rose Lavelle. Lavelle onto her right foot. Lavelle going for goal, but sends it well wide. I don't know if she was actually going for goal there. Was she looking for Smith? I'm not entirely sure. It didn't really look like a true shot. Alex Morgan will come off. She makes way for Carly Lloyd here in the 71st minute. A double change, in fact, here from Vlatko Andonovski. So Lloyd replaces Morgan. We'll see if some fresh legs help out the U.S. in the late stages. Megan Rapinoe will also enter for the United States. She comes on for Kristen Press. So the goal scorer Press comes off. Very impressive performance from the Manchester United striker, Kristen Press. The goal scorer. Look at the U.S. women's national team. Most caps. Carly Lloyd now at 298. Not too far behind Christine Rampone with 311. Looking to pass Rampone to get second all-time on the list. Mia Hamm has the record in that category. Brazil will also make a couple changes. Looks like Christian is coming in. Not a bad substitute to have enter. We'll see Christian enter for Andressa. So some fresh legs on for both teams. We'll see if that makes a difference. Lindsay Haran getting a touch to it. It's back with Brazil. In the middle, it's Andressinha. Nice job as Emily Sonnet takes it away. The United States with it. Sonnet has that pass stolen right back. Brazil not going away. They only trail by a goal. That's stolen by Lavelle. Here come the U.S. They've got numbers forward. Rose Lavelle with time all the way to the edge of the area, goes down. No foul called. Now Brazil the other way. Crystal Dunn scrambles back, recovers nicely. Takes away that pass back to Nair, who will send it towards midfield. It's won by Marta. Perfectly timed challenge. Nicely done by Ertz. Rapinoe looking for Lloyd. She can't hold on, though. And now it's sent back to the keeper by Christian. U.S. once again with another takeaway. Haran. Long ball forward. Sophia Smith chasing it down. Tamirez is there. She gets it back to Barbara. Now it's out wide for Bruna. Back again with Ludmila. A little over 15 minutes remain. And the goal back in the 11th minute from Kristen Press continues to be the difference between these two sides. Will that change late? Long ball intended for Marta, too far ahead. It's out for U.S. throw-in. By the way, for Brazil, at that last change, there was actually 2 substitutions made. I didn't catch the other one. Husanara also came in. So I apologize for that. As she replaced, I believe. Yep, she replaced Kathleen. So that was the change, the other change made. Here is Ertz. Ertz, edge of the box, finds Lavelle. Lavelle can't quite get by the defender. It was knocked away by, I believe, Andresina. That pass intended for Christiani, but instead, Dahlkemper's there. Back it goes to Nair. Nair to midfield. Flicked on by Lavelle. Lloyd on the chase, but Brazil back with it. Barbara with it. Well, still a good chunk of time left, but it's slowly running out for Brazil. Christiani looking for Dabinia, but it's cut out. Here's Julie Ertz with it. Ertz, good hold-up play. Now it's sent wide for Rapinoe. This is done. Back for Sauerbrunn. She'll go across the back for Dahlkemper. Couldn't get through to Smith, and now here come Brazil again. That'll go all the way to Alyssa Nair. Nair eventually picks it up. The U.S. in no particular hurry, with good reason. Sauerbrunn to Nair. Back now to Sauerbrunn. Well, for a majority of the U.S. national team players, that they do play in the NWSL, although there are some now that have brought their talents to Europe, at least for the moment, to play mainly in England. But there are some national team players like Macario that's playing with Lyon in France. I know Sonnet was playing in Sweden. I'm not sure if she's still there. But the NWSL season will get underway in April with the Challenge Cup. The Challenge Cup was so successful last summer that will continue this year, and then the regular season will begin sometime in May. Remember, Wednesday will be Canada-Brazil at 4 Eastern, U.S.-Argentina at 7, the final day of the SheBelieves Cup, the day when the title will be decided. Look at the SheBelieves Cup live standings. If this result holds, it'll be the U.S. going atop the group on 6 points, Brazil in second with 3, and then Canada, Argentina, both with 0. Face off, remember, later this evening. Lifted along by Julia, cut out by Dahlkemper. This is Lloyd with her back to goal. Finds Haran. Now it's Crystal Dunn. Dunn to Haran, back to Dunn. She finds Rapinoe. Rapinoe can't hold on. Ludmila back to Barbara. 11 minutes plus remain in this SheBelieves Cup matchup between the U.S. and Brazil. There's been so many memorable meetings between these two teams in both the World Cup and Olympics in the past decade or couple of decades, as a matter of fact. Here's Jusanara. Her club team is Levante, actually, in Spain. So, yeah, Brazil have some players, actually a good amount of players that play in the NWSL. They also have a decent amount of players that play in Brazil. And then they also have some that play in Spain. Yellow card here given out to Ludmila as she took out Lindsay Horan. Yeah, that might be a little frustration from Ludmila. You know, Brazil have been so close. They've been hanging tight, but just can't find that breakthrough goal that they've been searching for 80 minutes now. Here's Haran, wide for Rapinoe. Rapinoe nearly lost it, but gets it to Ertz. Sauerbrunn wide for Haran. Great through ball here, but Lloyd just got it caught underneath. The flag was raised nonetheless. Yeah, Lloyd was trying to time a run. Excuse me, but just couldn't quite do so. And so Brazil quickly take the free kick. They trail 1-0. Thanks everyone for tuning in. It's been a good one. Great through ball here. On the receiving end is Marta. Marta into Dabinia. Here's the shot, and just wide it goes. That was the chance for Brazil to tie it. So close was Dabinia. There was certainly no way Nair was saving it. Dabinia beat Nair, but just couldn't quite beat the post. Could not curl it in. What an opportunity. Marta in disbelief. That's the best chance yet. U.S. will make another substitution. We'll see Christy Mewis come on for the United States. She'll replace Rose Lavelle. Lavelle got some valuable minutes. She is recovering from an injury that she picked up with Manchester City. And so considering she played 82 minutes, it's good to see. And Lavelle came in as a sub in that Canada match on Thursday, scored the only goal in the game, winning goal. Didn't get any goal this afternoon, but good to see her playing, nearly full 90 minutes. As I mentioned, recovering from that injury. Brazil not backing down, though. Jusinara now into Julia. Julia wide for Ludmila. What a move. Ludmila creates space, floats one in. The header just wide again. Shouts for a handball from Marta and Cristiani. Nothing called, and a goal kick for the U.S. What a move. Ludmila just absolutely blew by Crystal Dunn. And then that cross was sent into a lot of traffic. Not sure exactly who it was off of last, but the header could not be put on target. Brazil with so many great opportunities as this game continues. Here come the U.S. the other way, though. It's Lloyd out wide for Rapinoe. Rapinoe to Ertz. Now it's Haran. She'll go wide for Sophia Smith. Smith onto her left foot. Smith with a shot. That's blocked in front. Smith trying to win it back. Cannot do so. Brazil get it out of the box. Dunn putting on the pressure. Ludmila will spin away. Now plays it back for Jusinara. 84th minute. And play is halted. There's an injured Brazilian. Looks like there's some blood coming from the nose, perhaps, of Julia. She's claiming she took a shoulder to the face. That must be the case because, yeah, she's drawing blood from her nose. Another substitution here with about 5 minutes in stoppage time remaining. It'll be a change from Brazil. Ludmila comes off. She posed a real threat down that right-hand side. Really could have had a goal. She was impressive, Ludmila, but she comes off. Gio comes in. That's the 4th substitution from Brazil. They'll actually make 2 changes here, it looks like. We'll see about that. Well, first of all, we'll see if Julia is able to continue. First and foremost, 5 minutes to play now. No, just 1 substitution was made. Okay. Here's Jusinara. Chased down by Rapinoe. 50-50 tackle between Ertz and Jusinara. It went into the U.S. box, cleared out for a Brazil throw-in. Dunn takes it away, wins the throw-in. Smart play, sending it off of the shin of Debinha. Brazil giving it their all late. Can they grab a late equalizer? I told you before, the second half started how big it would be for Brazil to get a point out of this match. They don't need a win. Obviously, they'd love a win. That would be huge for Brazil. It would probably win them the SheBelieves Cup title. But they don't need it. A draw would definitely put them in the mix because then the U.S. and Brazil would be level on points heading into the final match day, and Brazil would have a superior goal difference. So a late equalizer would definitely completely turn around the scenarios because if the U.S. can hold on to the win, they'll be in prime position to win the SheBelieves Cup. My goodness, a heavy challenge. Down goes Haran. It's won cleanly, according to the referee, but the U.S. win it back. Lloyd, the through ball. Sophia Smith with a chance. Smith into the box. Here's Smith cutting to her left foot. In comes Marta, and Barbara prevents it from going over the end line. And Sophia Smith, a golden chance. The U.S. can't capitalize, though. Ertz sent it ahead to Lloyd. It kind of bounced nicely to Lloyd, who sent it ahead to Smith. Yeah, I mean, if she was going to take a shot, she had to pull the trigger earlier. Once she held it that long, she had options. She had both Lloyd and Rapinoe to her left. A goal for the U.S. at this stage would surely put this game to rest. Here's Haran. Haran floats one in. Rapinoe with a strike. Goal U.S. An 88th minute strike, and Megan Rapinoe doubles the lead for the United States. It was not easy all afternoon long, but surely that goal from Megan Rapinoe will secure the 3 points for the U.S. A long-awaited goal, but at last it comes. And it's the substitute, Megan Rapinoe, who actually replaced the goal scorer of the first goal, Kristen Press. Beautiful service. And Rapinoe lurking around the penalty spot. Jusinara was right on Rapinoe, but Rapinoe just connected cleanly enough. Too much power on the strike for Barbara to keep it out. And now it's all smiles for the U.S. Long-awaited goal finally comes. 2-0 U.S. Double the lead. Well, that should just about secure the victory unless Brazil can pull off a miracle in the final few minutes. 89th minute now. The U.S. will move into first place on 6 points and be in prime position to win the tournament. Rapinoe into Christy Mewis. Mewis back for Ertz. That's a poor pass. Pouncing on it is Marta. Here is Marta. Good ball into the near post. Off of Ertz, and now it's Sonnet who's there to clear. Out of play for Brazil thrown. We'll see how much stoppage time there is. We'll find out in about 20 seconds. This is Marta. Marta plays it wide. 3 minutes of stoppage time here. Final stages of the second half. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in this afternoon. This is wide for Jusinara. She gets it back from Dabinia. Jusinara running out of space. Stolen by Dunn. Rapinoe gets it to Lloyd. U.S. just trying to keep possession at this stage. Working it out of the back. Dunn goes up the line, connects with Lloyd. Can the U.S. get a third? Christy Mewis is streaking forward. Lloyd with a through ball. Barbara's out of the box. Clears it away. Header won by Rapinoe. It's kept in by Lloyd. But there's the steal by Dabinia. And she pulls up. She injured herself there. Dabinia clutching at her right foot. This is not a good sign for Brazil. Dabinia, obviously one of their best players. She's so lively on the attack. Brazil had a lot of opportunities to score. Really, all of their strikers, Dabinia in particular. She is back up to her feet, given the thumbs up. Appears to be all right. Nothing major. We are midway through stoppage time. About 90 seconds remain. The final whistle on the horizon. Dabinia back out there. She's fine. And Ertz sends it away all the way down for Barbara. A minute to play. And that is off of Andressa for a U.S. throw-in. Well, the U.S. with this win will definitely be in the driver's seat. Looking to win yet another SheBelieves Cup title. Here's Rapinoe. That square ball stolen by Marta. She sends it forward, and Nair comes out off her line in a hurry. Making the run was Gio. Could not get there. And that should do it. Nair will put it on the ground. Sends it across midfield, and there's the final whistle. It was not easy by any means, but the United States women's national team gets the job done. The final score from Exploria Stadium in Orlando, Florida, the U.S. 2, Brazil 0. An early goal from Press and a late goal from Rapinoe to seal the 3 points. And so the U.S. move atop the table heading into the final game of the SheBelieves Cup. A look at the updated standings. It's the U.S. top the group with 6 points. Brazil in second with 3. Canada and Argentina third and fourth, both on 0 points. They face off later tonight, about an hour from now. That will do it for my broadcast, everybody. I hope you enjoyed, as I'm Samuel Reese signing off saying enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening, and I'll see you next time. The United States victorious 2-0 winners over Brazil. So long.